Hello, Reshaper. I hope you're fantastic today. In today's very stream, I want to share with you UPW Par Inside Part 29. And without further ado, I just want to first of all apologize. These days, you know, we have some celebration and stuff on, and not just celebration, I had also to do some stuff on my PC. I have currently put on my new M2 SSD, so it's running now faster than before. And the only thing that I need is just no better graphics card, and okay, it will be made next month, I believe. Yeah, everything is fine. And yeah, and I also did some stuff yesterday with my parents' PC computer. I installed Windows 10 and made some other adjustments. So it took some time. It took some time. Okay, so it takes some time. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in. First things first, today we want to talk about mastery and the second step of mastery, guys. The second step of mastery. And before you do anything, before you start even thinking about doing your own profits with your own company and so forth, think about one thing. Think about one thing. What's your freaking why? What's your why? There's a reason you are doing it. There's a reason you want to start a company. There's a reason. What is the reason behind it? And let it be a more altruistic reason. How you want to help. What is the people you want to help? What is the why behind it? What are you burning for? Ask yourself. Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why? When you get the freaking answer, then you chain it. You pick the answer, put the why in front of it, and just chain it over and over again, and then you will find your why. And of course, you can also have some questions why you things like what it is amassed. Why it is amassed? You know, because we have all the shoulds, but we have rarely amassed. So why is it amassed that you do it, that you do the thing? You know? And ask you why it is amassed. Not just why it is amassed, and then you have the answer, and then find why. And then chain it. And you will find your why. When you find your why, this is where everything starts. And why you should find your why, basically, you know, Jim Rohn is actually the teacher of Tony Robbins, and he said following: why comes first and how comes second. And I can say you what comes third, based on how's his name, Simon Sinek. And about the why, everyone has spoken about, even like 100 years ago, literally 100 years ago, 100 years ago, we had Napoleon Hill, and he has already talked about the why. And from whom he got to talking about the why? Well, from Andrew Carnegie. Because Andrew Carnegie was back then one of the most wealthiest people on this planet Earth. So I don't telling you kind of fairy tales. No, I'm telling you the truth. When you know your why, then you can build up. Now, this is really the foundation of everything. If you don't have your why really straight, really clear why, you will fail no matter what. If you want to have less failures, of course you will fail if you have a why. However, this why will make you stand up every single time, and just push through, because you have the firm why. So ask yourself, what's your why? What is the thing you want to have? What does it feel? What is the thing? Ask yourself. Now, when you have this foundation down, if you want to step up to the next level, you have to do 3 things. How many things? 3. First thing is build your own economy. You don't know how? I will tell you later. Second thing, step up. Sounds pretty broad, right? How to stand up? How can I step up? It's just a stair. Now the next one is live a life of mastery. Now you can click off if you know already what I'm talking about. If not, stay here. And by the way, you can also join myself on YouTube. I have currently also my own webcam 4K in a better sound quality with this mic. So if you're wondering why the sound quality is so shabby, even you have the mic running in front. Well, this mic is not connected with right now with my mobile phone. It is connected with my PC, which I have currently on my YouTube, right? Okay, now to the first thing, build your own economy. How can you build your own economy? Well, first of all, you have to be aware. Be really aware of your liabilities and your assets. Robert Kiyosaki, yes. Liabilities and assets. AKA, make a chart of everything. Like you can just go on your computer or on your mobile phone. If you have like a calculating system, they are like Excel. Just put your own things that you are having. Like put your own income that you get from. And one side, another side is what you spend on. Simple as that. Okay? You have things that you spend on, that you get your money from, and things you spend on. Normal bookkeeping. Just do it with Excel because it will calculate automatically. Of course, you can do it with a pen, but it will take time and you can make mistakes. Do it with a freaking computer so it's less. You have less stress. Okay. Now, and then start to control every cent of your income. How you do it? Well, first you have to know things that many people like bankers, people who want to say you have to invest, giving you things like people with insurance, especially. And other people, which we call financial pros, all the things like say, hey, you have to go to Forex or something like that, invest in Forex, invest in stocks and shares. Well, what they are after is they are freaking after a fee, of the handling fee, of the commissions. They're commission hunters. The most. And if you see an average, if you go for freaking insurance and something like that, or in a bank, or you invest somewhere, and someone says the commission is more than 0.5%, well, this human being is already a freaking commission hunter. You ran your ass off from this human being. I tell you really honestly, because those people are commission hunters. Most people who are pros in financial world are commission hunters. Full stop. So how can you find yourself in this one? You have to learn. You have to freaking learn. And how you learn it? Well, you can attend some courses, right? You can attend some courses. And it's a little bit later on what you can do, okay? But most people, if you start to calculate every cent, you will see how much commission you're paying. And this commissions are liabilities, they are not assets. Instead of you have to invest in assets, things that bring you money. Because every single cent, as also Robert Kiyosaki said, it's like a freaking soldier. And this soldier have to recruit other soldiers. Every single cent that you invest. This is when you really invest. Not when you invest and say, okay, when I come money back, I don't know. And no, you have to invest in things, but make your research on. Okay, make research on. You have to learn before you start to invest. Before you go into big companies and try to invest with the big companies, they're taking your freaking commissions. You will lose more than you will get. And I get so many people right now like, hey, why are you on Forex? Why you don't invest in this and this and this? I will show you how to invest in this when you pay $200 and know this freaking scheme. Now, the next thing is stepping up. It's really broad, right? How do you want to step up? Is it just a stair? No, I'm not talking about stairs. And thanks for watching, Mark Drenef. And 2 people on YouTube. You can comment and I will see your comment. Really cool. Okay. Well, I have separated it in 3 themes, how you can step up. The first one you can step up is mentally. Mental step up is meditation, visualization. You can go with journaling and so forth. This kind of practice, everyone knows them, but not everyone does it. Now, one of the most powerful one, aka when you go from Tony Robbins, you have to go into the state exercise. Just Google it, or you can find myself. I have also told about like X times of it. Same goes for not just going to the state, but also the prime exercise. When you prime something, do the first thing in the morning. Really powerful exercise. Do it and it will really increase your mental power. Those things. Now, next thing is physical. Step up physically. What does it mean, step up physically? Well, basically, you do exercises. And I don't care what age you are. I don't care how bad you feel. But there are 2 things that you can always do. This is yoga and qigong. These 2. If you say, hey, yoga is too strong and too hard, do qigong. I mean, it's clearly to the same. There are different approaches, but that's the same goal. Okay? You can do yoga if you're more into Hindi stuff. You can do qigong if you're more into Chinese stuff. I mean qigong. If you do qigong, and if you do qigong, it's more. For example, myself, you do qigong. It's really good for your joints. Yeah. Qigong is really good for your joints and so on. It will really make your body really powerful. So qigong is really good. But I also do yoga. Yoga's already good, especially with the breathing exercises. But qigong is also breathing exercises, so it depends. Now, next thing you can always do is just every single day make your rule to go 15 minutes for a freaking walk outside. Don't make excuses. It is raining outside or not. Put a freaking umbrella on. Pick a freaking put a freaking raincoat on, or put an umbrella and just go out for 15 minutes. Because even if it's freaking raining, you don't see the sun. The sun rays comes through. You will get the freaking melatonin, which will make your body more healthier. Just do it. Just do it for yourself. Okay? That's one thing. Another thing is financial. And this is what I want to talk about, right? To stepping up financially. How you can step up financially? I already talked about the booking thing. Now you can read books, you can go to seminars, you can go for courses and so on. It's really amazing. And you can build a freebie, you can build a funnel to attract people. But first, when you have the why down. And the cool thing on courses and the cool thing on other like webinars and seminars, well, you are not alone there. There are other people who are also learning like you. So what you have is often you separate in small groups, and then you have something that calls accountability. You're accountable. You're freaking accountable that you are doing it. Oh boy. But sometimes you can really, when you say, hey, I haven't done it, it feels bad when you have done it. But what feels even worse when you say, I have done it, but you haven't. It feels so freaking bad. And I've done it sometimes and you feel just like a freaking asshole, really. And you don't do it again. So what is cool, you learn things, you learn techniques, and mostly you are implementing this. And people hold you accountable, so you are getting your growth from. So this implementation with accountability is more powerful than you implement it by yourself. Of course you can do it, you can read a book, you can implement. If you implement right now, kudos to you. But many people can't. Now, next one is, maybe the most confusing. Committing to live a life of mastery. Holy crap, how can I do it? It's impossible how we can do it. Mastery, man. I'm not a freaking yoga master or like Tai Chi master, like the Kung Fu master. Hold on. No, I don't talking about this kind of mastery. And talking about mastery that you can do on a daily basis. Mastery does not come from the air. It comes from work. From work. People don't like this, but this work. It is work. Okay? It is daily work. First of all, you have to become better today than yesterday. Maybe maybe a tiny inch better. Maybe an inch better. Just an inch. It's not much, but you improved. And you have to celebrate your improvement. And this is how you get a little bit better. Right? Like Bruce Lee said back in days. Why has Bruce Lee become this powerful he was? Because he wanted to become stronger than yesterday. This is what he made him one of the most powerful human being on this planet Earth. Physically. But also mentally, I believe. Now the next one is, don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of failing. Many people are just afraid of failing. Simple. Why? Well, because they don't want to fail. They want also to... But you know what? Progress and evolution always contains one step forward, two step forward, one step back. This is what progress is. And this one step back is failing. And this kind of failing is a chance, and you feel it's a chance to see what you make wrong. To see how you can tweak something. If you don't fail, you don't grow. Full stop. If you don't fail, you don't grow. You say, yeah, I am grown so much, yeah. Have you failed? No. Then you haven't grown. You will see the real growth when you have failed enough. This is what the real growth is. Things like YouTube. Hey, I'm doing for 2 years. I don't have much subscribers. Why? When you do the same thing, like myself, you get the same results. We have to do some tweaks to grow. Simple as that. So don't be afraid of failure. Embrace the failure. Say thank you for the failure. Thank you for the freaking failure. When you say thank you for the failure, you embrace it, you take it, and you don't blame yourself with the failure. You see it as a chance to go and tweak something. And this kind of failures, this kind of falls, the kind of fallbacks, they are not there to teasing you. They're not there. Those are chances for you. Even the diseases are chances for you to grow. You have just to figure out how. But guess what? Everything is figure outable. You can't figure it out. You have just to start off in figuring it out. Now the next one is, keep on doing your morning and evening routines and make this the highest priority. Your routines is the highest priority. For example, people in Japan, they're doing freaking overtime work till 11, till 12. What happened? They wake up and I'm at work, I'm working. This is why Japan's productivity is not the highest. It's one of the lowest one. Because people are pretending that they're working and don't work at all. And most companies don't take good workers who work efficiently. So most companies take workers who can pretend that they work. This is exactly how it works in Japan right now. In most companies. In most all companies. Not in the new companies, but most all companies. And they have to change it. Because they know they will freaking crumble if you continue doing it. Now, what will do it? Like, they work till 11 p.m. The freaking overtime work. For myself, overtime work, what is actually overtime work is? Overtime work is the freaking evidence that the company doesn't work efficiently. Overtime work doesn't mean it is efficient. Full stop. It is not efficient working. It is bullshit working. Simple. And if someone say, you have to stay here, no overtime work because, just go home. And you finish your work, go home. Don't stay there like till 11 and say, here you finish, go home. It starts harsh. Your boss will hate you. Everyone will hate you. But don't give a fuck. Because guess what? Nobody is freaking responsible for your life. You are always responsible for your life. When tomorrow you get a freaking cancer because you didn't freaking overtime work, does your boss take responsibility for your cancer? No, he doesn't. Nobody. Does your colleagues take the responsibility for your cancer? No, they doesn't. Nobody does. But you. There's no such a responsibility to be at this work till 9. The someone made it up, yeah. But if you've done the work, you can go home. I mean, there's no reason to be guilty. If some senior systems there, some seniors are still there, and you can't go home because the seniors are there. No, just go. You finished, go home. If you fast, kudos to you. I'm gonna say, yo, I have something to work to you tonight. You say, no, I finished my work, I go home, boom. Just do it. Because if you take this kind of things, they will bring you more and more work, and you know will go home. And your freaking simple sleeping cycle will suffer. This is the next step. You have to regulate your own sleeping cycle. Your own sleeping cycle is really important. Now for the man, for male people, go to bed at 9 p.m. Because from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., what will happen? Freaking melatonin strikes back and we have to sleep. Because we have, how's it called? How's it called in English? I know it's in Japanese. The parasympathetic system. The parasympathetic system strikes in and we have to sleep. But if you go sleep at 10 and 11, at 10, the sympathetic system strikes back. And then you feel like happy. Again, you can work. But it doesn't help you because the next time parasympathetic strikes back is like 1 a.m. or something like that. And then the sympathetic again at 4. So you have to wake up at 4 for the male. For the female, your sympathetic strikes a little bit later. It strikes back at 5 a.m. So for male, go to bed at 9, wake up at 4. For the female, go to bed at 9, wake up at 5. Simple rule of thumb. Thank you for watching, Bruce Listen, as always. And why we have to go to bed from 6 to 9, in the period to 6 to 9 p.m., simple, because our psyche is not resting. Our psyche is not resting. We are raising our bodies, but not our psyche. This is why people feel like despair and disappear and feel bad, and some people commit freaking suicide. Exactly, this is the reason. This is a reason, not other reason. This is the reason. Just make your rule. Make your rule. And I have to suffer all. I suffer all again, yeah. But let's do it. Let's just do it. I started from today. Just do it. I go to bed today at 9. Let's do it. I do today. Do it too? Okay, let's do it. Let's just do it. Now, next one is aim for being vegan. I don't want to say you have to be vegan, but aim for being vegan. And some people, no, vegan is so much unhealthy and stuff like that. Some people need meat. I get it. Some people need it. Okay. Some people, they have like this hormone which are in need of meat and stuff like that. You can have it. I know you guys. You can have it. Okay. But for all other guys, which are more than 90%, go towards veganism. How you reduce your intake of meat, of any flesh, of pork, of everything, right? Also of fish. And fish, I'm still guilty with fish. Fish is still this thing I cannot. But also of eggs, and also of milk products. Milk products have hormones and stuff like that. It can influence your body, I don't know. And like this hormones, and many cows which get some milk, and if you eat also as a meat, in the moment of death or in the moment of this milking in many milkeries and stuff like that, those animals send a hormone of stress. So you intake every time stress when you're eating those products. Do you want to have more stress in your life, yes or not? And know what stress does to us. Your freaking cancer, your freaking other bad diseases, well, this is where I got from. Now, reduces. Then, if you don't want to have diabetes and stuff like that, reduce your freaking sugar. Reduce your freaking sugar. America has too much sugar and everything. Especially US. Reduce your sugar. The only sugar, also reduce your, say, I'm drinking smoothies, not sugar. There is so much sugar. It's just called fructose. It's sugar. Reduce the sugar, okay? I promise you, if you reduce sugar, you will lose weight. I lost 9 kilos because I swapped sugar with honey. I mean, I don't eat sugar right now, just honey. And sometimes some fruits. But fruits that you can eat. Don't eat fruits that you cannot eat, okay? Another thing with eating, don't eat after 6 p.m. If you eat after 6 p.m., everything that you eat becomes your freaking fat. You become fat because you're eating after 6 p.m. Full stop. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay? And of course, coffee. Don't drink coffee. If you say coffee is really good, it's really good for your heart. No. Caffeine is not giving you power. It is searching from the reserves of the power. If you have something of the power, and then it will put it out, and just use it right now. And then it will make everything that you don't have any reservations of power anymore. So you will feel just down and no energy at all. And coffee and cacao is actually, cacao is less but more coffee because it has caffeine. And drinking coffee is one of those most issues why people like truck drivers make accidents. Because they have to drive tonight, they go to the next 7-Eleven, stuff like that, take a sip of coffee, and then they drive. Another 30 minutes or so, voila, they fall asleep. Because it will take the power back, and the caffeine is give you power, but it's give you power from your reserves. And then you feel even more down than before. Okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. And of course, drinking, smoking, and any type of drugs, no good for you. Just reduce it. Reduce it till now. Just don't do it. Now, we got to the things. And now we get to your mindset. Be an altruist. Don't think just about yourself. For example, why we feel heavily bad, like we have a freaking disease, we feel bad, or we want to do this, but it turns out badly, so we feel bad. Expectations, guys, expectations. Expectation about ourselves. We have been expected to be really healthy every single time, and now we have a freaking disease. It is out of expectation, because out of expectations, what we got a freaking disease. And we feel even more worse because it's out of our expectations. So what we should do, instead of being expecting for something, for example, myself, sometimes I have other expectations, like, hey, I want to, in this course where I am, and there's like a freaking comedian who is really popular, and I want to say, hey, can you check out my YouTube? And I have this expectation that you will check it out, you know. But instead of, I should, and you should too, go for gratitude. Say thank you what you have. Easiest exercise, go and write every single day, morning and evening, 3 things that you're thankful for. Just write it down with your hand. Boom, you got it. Okay? Just do it. And have an altruistic mindset. Think about other people. Think how we can contribute to the people. If you want to go for a girl, think, hey, I want to hang out with the girl. How can I do it? How can I approach her? How can I hook up with her? Well, guess what? If you came up and just say, hey, I'm thinking about myself every single time, like, hey, and just think, hey, I have a pimple here? No, I was thinking about me. And you just me. You know what? Think about her. Think about, hey, she looks pretty. How I can approach her? How I can make a better day for her? How I can make her laugh? You know, I like to smile. How make me smile? How can I make her smile? How can I do it? Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself the question, and you will get the answer. You get the freaking answer, and then approach with this kind of mindset. Your body will respond. Just do the things. I have told you right now the steps that you can do towards mastery. Now you have the blueprint. Now you know what to do, and now you can execute. However, many people don't. So I don't want you to say you have to do everything right now. No. Start off at least with sleeping. Be concerned of your sleeping cycle. This will already help you. Just start with it. You will feel more energized, I can guarantee you. Maybe not the first 2 days, but after 2-3 weeks, you feel better for sure. Okay? Awesome. Reshaper. I hope you get some value from this. So smash the like button. Have an awesome day as always. Don't let yourself be now. See you tomorrow.